All right, Fresno, let's talk business. I am Steve Walling, and it is the Let's Talk Business show. You know, businesses here in the Central Valley, they promote our life and our lifestyle. One of the most important businesses, I think, is the business of real estate, and one of the most important aspects of real estate, although little spoken of, is the home inspection industry. My guest today is Bert. You're with Win
Home Inspection.
Win Home Inspection.
Yes.
And you are a home inspector. Now, before you tell us exactly what home inspection is, how did you get to home inspection?
Okay, well, as you know, in 2008, the industry, the home industry took a tremendous dive.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been in the sales and marketing side of construction industry and construction business for 25 years and decided I didn't want to take another ride because in that business, about every 10 years, you take a ride.
Yeah.
So I decided to open a home inspection business, and I did a lot of research. And the reason I picked Win was because they were owned by a husband and wife real estate team that had started about 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they are set up to service the real estate industry. They understand it. And it's been a real nice experience.
Now, how many years in construction do you have?
25.
25 years. Now, I will tell you, having had a little experience in the real estate business myself, the home inspection industry, the need for a home inspection, you're looking to buy a home. The need, you have no idea, and people don't. They think, all I got to do is go out and find the home of my dreams with the realtor of my choice, get the financing I need, and it's a done deal. We close up the escrow, and I'm ready to go. But that's not exactly what happens, is it, Bert?
No, it isn't. I believe there's even a clause in the sales contract when you make an offer on a home. And I believe it says pending, when you make an offer, it says pending a home inspection. And you have the option of either writing it off and say, no, we don't want one, or we want one. And everyone should get one.
Everyone should get one.
Yes.
You know, you've got some pictures. We'll look at them here in a minute. But people have no idea. They look at this house, and of course, they're a new buyer, and even if they own a home currently and they're looking to maybe move up, or they're selling their home, they're coming to a new area, they have, oftentimes they're moving into a neighborhood that they have no clue what the environmental issues might be in that particular neighborhood. Maybe the contractor that built those homes, sometimes there's a history of problems and stuff. As a home inspector, you not only go through and look and poke and stuff, but you really do, you research that structure so that when I, as a buyer, close that sale, I know that I'm going to have a home of a certain caliber that I'm purchasing. And that little line in the purchase contract that says I have the option is something that everybody should have. Why don't we take a look at some of the pictures, and you can talk about some of this stuff that we've got going on here. What do we got, Bill?
Yeah, to the average person, when they look at a house, they look at it from a cosmetic standpoint. We don't just walk in and do a walk around. We're looking for specific things in specific areas. Mm-hmm. And one we're looking here is tile roofs. Everybody thinks tile roofs are made forever, and they are with the proper maintenance. Mm-hmm. But you can see cracks from settling, and nobody ever goes on the roof probably but us.
Yeah.
So we find those issues, and roof leaks can be a very costly situation for you.
Not only costly in the structural aspect, but nowadays with the insurance being what it is, roof leaks with moisture and potential mold,
exactly,
it can be substantial.
Right. Exactly.
And if a house that you're getting ready to purchase has a crack in one of these so-called permanent roofs,
right,
and water has gotten in and it hasn't seeped through the ceiling for someone to notice, you actually go up and take a look, don't you?
We look at it not only from the exterior, but we go in the attic and look at it from the interior. And you can see stains on rafters. A little thing like a stack coming out of the chimney through the roof
Mm-hmm.
can have a crack in it, and water can come down through it, and it can be going on for years.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a purpose.
Okay. And this next picture that we had up here.
That's one of those roof stacks I was telling you that come through. You can see they put a mastic around them, but
Uh-huh.
after a couple of years here with 100-degree temperatures, the mastic cracks, and so basically roofs need maintenance every year or so. Somebody should be up on that roof. This is an electrical issue found inside the attic, and that's why I'm going to go to work in the morning, and my wife will hear something on the radio, and it'll say, the fire started in the attic. And she goes, was that one of your inspections? And I go, no. But I can understand it because we see it all the time. People do things in areas where they don't think anybody else is going to go but them, and we go there. And so what you do is you get a strike or a short in that box there, and you've got an attic fire.
Let's take a look at this next one. This is something that.
This is a foundation that has a sprinkler next to it, and it's actually eating away the earth below the foundation. If not taken care of, you're going to have a real settling problem there on that corner. So,
and that can lead to.
a lot of issues. In
lot of
fact,
issues.
sprinklers around the base of a house are a bad situation. We always tell people to convert sprinklers around the perimeter of the house to drip irrigation.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
It ruins the stucco, and if you got wood on the house, it ruins the wood, and it sprays way more water than you need around the perimeter of a house.
So, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm hearing that I need a home inspection, and I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna check that, and that's fine. But I know a guy that runs a home inspection service, and it's just he's gonna cost me $50 or $20, and he's gonna be in and out of there in an hour. I'm being a little facetious, but the point is, because this is such a serious issue, and I can't tell you exactly the immensity of the seriousness in a way that can even begin to express it. I want someone that's qualified. And when you said in the opening, that's why I re-asked you, 25 years in construction, you bring something to the table, and then you're working for a company that has been in business for a while, that is run by realtors, that understands the needs of realtors, and that's the other part of the home inspection business. As a realtor, I want for my client, I want that home inspector to come back with everything that I need so that my client is taken care of, but also someone that understands my need as a realtor representing that client.
It's a very fine line. It's a very gray line, and we always say we don't make alarming statements. There's a way to talk about any issue, and you notice I use the term issue. I don't use the term problem. Never use the word problem, because nothing is a problem. Everything can be taken care of.
Right.
And that's the way we sort of talk to the clients, and we also write the reports. We do some things that a lot of the companies here don't do. We add digital photos. So those photos that you're seeing up in attics and stuff, the client's going to get a picture of that. So they're not just getting something that's saying there's something wrong in the attic. They see what's
They actually
wrong in
can
the
see
attic.
what the problem is.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the main problem and the main thing I would like to take your listeners to take away from this is selecting an inspector. Most people think that all inspectors are exactly alike. They've all had the same training. They all use the same tools. I mean, we use moisture meters. We use things, they're expensive. So a lot of guys will bypass that. And when I get the phone calls, and the first thing they say is, I'm looking for a home inspector, how much do you charge?
Yeah.
And that's where they start. And that is totally the wrong
The
way
wrong
to go
place
about
to
it.
start.
Yeah. If they don't have a website, they're not a member of the Better Business Bureau, they don't belong to a national association, it means they have not invested in their company. If you haven't invested in your company, you're not going to be able to perform a good inspection. And lastly, but the difference between a cheap inspection and a good inspection is about $75.
And the difference between a cheap inspection and a good inspection, if I'm on the losing end of a cheap inspection
Could be thousands of dollars.
and thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
Because once the gavel drops on that sale,
It's all over.
it's all over.
Exactly.
And if I discover something after the sale, you know,
I can't tell you how many what I call re-inspections that I've done because people have gotten their reports back. It's 3 pages long, handwritten. They can't read it, and say, you know what? I don't care how much you charge. I want a real inspection. We give a 28-page inspection with digital photos. We're available 24 hours a day after the inspection. It all makes a difference. What happens, a lot of guys got into the industry during that time, I tell you, when the industry dropped.
Yeah.
So they didn't have anything to do. So they went out and they got, I think I'll be a part-time inspector. And so about 3/4 of the inspectors running around, it's a part-time. So if he makes $100, that's great. And so you have to watch it.
Now, I get a 28-page report from you with digital photos. I'm the seller because I'm smart enough to know that I want a home inspection done before I'm in an escrow where I'd have to deal with something.
Correct.
So I'm the seller.
Right.
And sellers will order home inspections.
They do, but not enough.
Yeah. Well, they should.
Exactly.
Because it saves money on their end also.
Right.
As a seller, I can control. As a, if I let, it's one of those things, you let somebody else do it, it's out of your control.
Right.
As a seller, I can control. I get my home inspection done. You bring me back a 28-page with photos. I can say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. That really doesn't rise to the level of something I'm going to do. We'll disclose it in the sale and we'll move on.
Right.
That gives the buyer the option to do that. But these things that have to be done, does your service, your company, offer
The seller's inspection?
the seller's inspection and a curative measures for that?
Yes, we do, and we even give them a little hanger to hang on the for sale sign that says this house has been inspected by Win Home Inspection. And you're right about that. I had a client lose almost $8,000 on getting a new roof because he didn't get an inspection, waited to the end of the process, and then got negotiated out of the new roof and found out that it could have cost him a lot less.
All right, Bert, our time's run out.
Okay,
I
all right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.
We'll see you later. I hope you get the message. Home inspections are important.